Hello everyone, this is a 6th grade class. The homeroom teacher, Iri Shamayim, has already come. He came with the older students a month or two ago. Netanya Sadon from the Sadon family.
Fuzzy from the Sadon family, and the students studied Mishnah with him, and Rabbi Israel, the principal, Rabbi Maluli, or also the son-in-law of Saada el-Haddad, the in-laws. I am fair. City of Tétouan, I am very Rabbi Tzava. I grew up in Rabbi Tzava's synagogue. He grew up. I saw that in Grandpa's house in Bami, there were no complaints. There was only one complaint from Yitzhak Muli. When Baba Meir came to the house, there was only a complaint from Rabbi Yitzhak ben Moalin. Rabbi Yitzhak ben Moalin was an angel of the Lord, Tzava Cohen. He was an angel of the Lord, Tzava Cohen. He insisted that in his city there would be only 18 synagogues. In the synagogue, he has a question and answer at the end of his book. Oh, really? I won't send it to him. In the synagogue, there are more than 18 synagogues. Why? Because that's how it is as far as I remember. That's how it was in the yeshiva in Syria as well. There was one restaurant we would pay later, just one restaurant. Everyone thought so. In Yitzhak, they managed the Jordan, holy all the years, holy all the years. His son passed away at such a time. A person who takes his own life, that's it. They take the pen and throw it away. By the fence and where? So they buried his son outside the walls. And when Rabbi Yitzhak passed away and asked, "Bring me close to my son outside the walls," then his whole life's journey passed outside the walls. And Yitzhak is counted among them, the Chumi family, the land of iron. Engaging in a conversation with someone and sharing thoughts.
This particular picture,
This specific individual and that particular rabbi.
no, upside down. In the morning we went to Rabbi Yoel. I saw him in 77 and 78. He went to Ramot inside Beit Etzem. I was just a child then.
There was, in one of the yeshivas of Abir Nisankler, a student who didn't study very well and wasn't succeeding in his studies. He was a bit in the clouds. He was one of the more successful students in the yeshiva, and they went to Rabbi Ohad and told him, "Throw him out of the yeshiva. What should we do?" Rabbi Isner told them, "Passover is approaching. Tell him that he should clean the entire yeshiva, the whole dormitory, all the rooms, everything. He should clean it all." The Mashiach said, "And this will resolve the problem, and it will work out, and you will see. Do this, and with the help of Mashiach, things will come together." They had him clean all the rooms, remove the shametz, clean everything. After the cleaning, the young man became a yeshiva student, and he began to grow in Torah study. They supported him until he woke up, became someone, got married, became someone for life, and became one of the righteous. Sometimes it's not just about yelling at the boy, and you are not giving him proper guidance, and to tell him you're not behaving properly. And sometimes when a child, a young man, does things that are mitzvot, does mitzvah-related activities, it gives him strength, and those strengths can bring him to the lowest places there are. One of the people told us that in the major yeshivas in the Holy Land, about 20 or 30 years ago, he told us that when he was a young man in yeshiva, he was in a small yeshiva, and he wasn't succeeding at all. He was really on the margins of the yeshiva, barely knew a page of Gemara, and they took him to Rabbi El Baruch Tzir. And he came to Rabbi El and told him that he wanted to go to a big yeshiva, to a good yeshiva, but he couldn't prepare himself. He was never able to prepare himself. He tried to prepare a good review, he tried to prepare something strong to be tested on, but he didn't succeed. Rabbi El told him, "Listen, go and prepare Gemara, Rashi and Tosafot, one page, in the strongest way possible. Prepare the Gemara that isn't working out exactly. A Gemara that says exactly. It's not about preparing more than Gemara and Rashi every page, but know one page properly, Gemara and Rashi as they should be." And he says to him, "Dimir, where will I be accepted among you?" Dimir said to him, "Go to the best yeshivas, register at the best yeshivas, register at the best yeshivas." A young man who, later on, right away for a big yeshiva, told us that he registered himself for Shavuot Torah, where at that time they went to the selection and tested hundreds of students for Shavuot Torah. A lot of people complain. Everyone complains with them, but behind it all you realize that you can keep your face, an opportunity. Strong groups. Suddenly the rabbis found us a moment. Everyone says groups, so let's ask a person who had Gemara with Rashi. And who was the person who had Gemara with Rashi? They brought this guy in, Gemara with Rashi. They asked him, Gemara with Rashi, what does the Gemara say? Gemara with Rashi says, and to check, he advanced. A month went by, God, before Hanukkah, he wasn't keeping up to the standard. Only the head of the yeshiva came and told him, run the yeshiva. So he said, I was in the army between Pardina. Yosef told me, that's how you accepted me, and then I had the Bnei Brak residence. They gave me strength, he told us. Today I am a resident of Bnei Brak. I went to be late, God told him. How many children could have been the next speaker? How many Yosifika and Shuka? We are getting closer to each other. How many Yosifika and Shuka? How many people could have been holy martyrs, great people of the world, if they had known how to handle themselves properly? One of the greatest things is to bring yourself closer to another person. To die, to know, to arrive before midnight. He says that every person needs to know that he is for himself, just as there are angels. Raphael, Gabriel, Michael, Uriel. And Raphael doesn't say, I'll rely on Gabriel. And Gabriel doesn't say, I'll rely on Michael. And Michael doesn't say, I'll rely on Uriel. Rather, each one has his own role. And the moment every person knows that I need to do my own role, I need to do what was given to me, and I don't need to look at others, and I don't need to look at what he did or how he did it. You need to know, this is what I need to do with all my strength. Then you know what went on its own. Where does the decline begin? It's when in every place someone says, he did it. Why am I doing more? He's doing less. Why does everything fall on me? Why is it like this? Why is it like that? That means a person has fallen, has come down from everything. Just like the angels, each one has his own position, his own place, and he doesn't look at what another did or didn't do. That's how people should be as well. We are Maccabi on the holiday of Shavuot. We want to reach before Bar Mitzvah. Bar Mitzvah is a big thing. It means entering into more Torah and Mitzvah. You become obligated in more Torah and Mitzvah. And where do Bar Mitzvah stand from? In the Holy Torah, where is the root of Bar Mitzvah? It is Shimon and Levi. Shimon and Levi attacked Shechem, and from this the sages derived they were exactly 13. The Bar Mitzvah foundation, where one becomes obligated in mitzvot, comes from them being 13 years old at that time. From there comes the strength associated with the age of 13. The initial aggression at age 13 comes from Shimon, son of Levi. Afterwards, they discussed the Ben Sora Umore tractate, covering the criteria for a rebellious son and its various complexities. But this is the secret of Bar Mitzvah. Shimon and Levi were at Bar Mitzvah age when they went to kill the people of Shechem for what they did to Dinah. You need to know that you are entering at a higher time and that you have special rabbis, the righteous rabbi, 20.
Years, such a great rabbi, like Rav Yavne, a world-renowned rabbi. I said, I'll say this, you need to bring satisfaction to the rabbi. I came to see the rabbi for over 20 years. I told him, that's it, I need to do business, I have an opportunity. He tells me, find the work. I called Rabbi Malul, my manager. He told me, tomorrow you start. And I went back, I was on time, teaching you some Tanitza. And for 20 years now, we've created an entire generation of learning, a whole generation. This is the rabbi's advice. It bore fruit. The rabbi can see it. He will receive endless satisfaction. We love you all.
We love the righteous Rambam. We love
Rabbi Sadon,
listen.
Rabbi Amar, who gives endless Mishnayot to the children.
The Rabbi Yosef, i.e.
he makes them scribes.
The Beit Yosef had a Magid. It was amazing with the Beit Yosef. For Shavuot, so the Beit Yosef decided to go up to force the conqueror. They didn't pay, the whole group of the Beit Yosef. The Beit Yosef had the Magid who would speak with him. He would ask him, who was this Magid? And where is this angel found? From learning Mishnayot, an energetic product that would speak with the Beit Yosef. From learning Mishnayot. Learning Mishnayot is a great power, learning Mishnayot. So you need to know you are entering, righteous ones, to a Bar Mitzvah in Canada, which is a place that, thank God, there is Torah in Bavayan. There are places of Torah in Bavayan. There are places of Torah in Canada. There are great tzaddikim in Canada. And you need to know that the responsibility that is upon you at the age of Bar Mitzvah is a very great responsibility. You are entering to become part of the people of Israel, entering to become obligated in all the obligations of the Holy Torah, the portions of the Holy Torah. Reish Lakish says one who vows not to benefit from others is forbidden from benefiting even from a circumcised non-Jew. The Gemara explains that despite the circumcision, the non-Jew status remains unchanged, so the prohibition still applies. He may benefit from an uncircumcised Jew because he is still considered a Jew. One who vows konam against the uncircumcised is only forbidden from those who are truly uncircumcised. He cannot benefit from an uncircumcised non-Jew, but he may benefit from an uncircumcised Jew. First is the station of circumcision, then the second station of Bar Mitzvah. At that point, you are obligated in the Torah, you resolve the matter, you join the matter, and you are obligated in the commandments. Obligated in the commandments, a great obligation, a great obligation. During Shavuot, for all sacrifices made, the Torah mandates a sin offering. Even on Passover, he shall offer a sin offering for all the sacrifices. Unlike other Shavuot sacrifices, no sin offering is mentioned here because Shavuot celebrates the giving of the Torah. The Torah atones for a person for all his sins. The Torah atones for a person for all the deeds he has done. And the moment you reach Bar Mitzvah age, when you enter Bar Mitzvah, the Torah that you study is no longer just a force, it is a great Torah. It is like a great immense power that has no equal. You become part of the people of Israel. We said you are holy. The Or HaShem says, when did they leave Egypt? There were those who gave birth on Friday. After the people of Israel sinned with the sin of the calf, they burned the people of Israel. The people of Israel were 600,000, 60 left from here. The people of Israel were 600,000, 3,550 people. That is the number of the people of Israel. In this week's Torah portion, God orders a census of Israel in the second month of the second year after the Exodus. 3,550 people were counted. In half a year, over 3,500 people were born. And in 18 months, exactly 3,500 were also born. How is that possible? I have a thin one that you don't have to buy. We left Egypt 60 from here. Half a year after the Israelites left Egypt, on Shavuot, the Holy One, blessed be He, gave the Torah. On the 17th of Tammuz, the Israelites sinned with the golden calf. So they killed among the Israelites. They counted the Israelites. How many Israelites were there? 3,500 and some Jews. That's it. After a year and a half, the Holy One, blessed be He, says, count the Israelites again. There are once again 600,000 people according to the Or HaKadosh. In half a year, 3,500 people were born, and in a year and a half, only 3,500 were born. How does that add up? The festival of conquest. I was really jealous. Some say their spirits were subdued. The first census of Israelites from Egypt included the tribe of Levi. So it was like this. In the second census, the tribe of Levi was excluded. After resisting the golden calf sin, they stood apart. The count of the people then represented Israel without Levi, as the Levites became God's priests, embodying the spirit of the children of Israel. The Israelites were unique, so God, in the second month, ordered an immediate census before the numbers could change. Chaim HaKadosh. This is utterly terrifying. Terrifying in a blessedly late way. This is the utter terror of Chaim HaKadosh. It is terrifying. That is to say, when you are studying the Torah, and you are at an age where you also need to straighten out your thinking, whether you are going to become great in Torah, how many will stand firm in Torah, how you will stand firm in Torah. This is the age when you are instilling within your soul, instilling the power of the Holy Torah, instilling the power of the Holy Torah. Let's begin to put on tefillin. And Yaakov Abu Hatzera asks, does the Holy One, blessed be He, put on tefillin? Tefillin on Shabbat? Rabbi Yaakov. Marcy says, the Holy One doesn't wear them then, so how is that possible? And did you hear what I meant? Does this mean the Holy One follows the Torah? Rabbi Yaakov asks if the Holy One wears tefillin on Shabbat. He swore by his right hand in the Zohar. Tefillin, God puts on tefillin. Even on Shabbat, says Rabbi Yaakov, it's a terrifying fear. You put on tefillin, wrap yourself in tefillin, he unties tefillin properly. What is written on our tefillin of Israel, Lord to us, one Lord? What is on God's tefillin? It says, who is like your people, Israel, a unique nation on earth. His tefillin do not contain our 4 standard passages. It is written, who is like your people, Israel, a unique nation. We say, hear, O Israel, the Lord is one. And he says, who is like your people, Israel, a unique nation. This is what is written in the Almighty's tefillin. Tefillin is not just a celebration people make. You are accepting the yoke of heaven. It's the Queen of Heaven. It means knowing how to live life in the strongest way possible, without any fakes. No imitations, no fakes. A person who lives in falsehood, a person who lives as an imitation, a person who lives in an inauthentic way, his life is uncomfortable, not good. But eternal life you have planted within us. Eternal life you have planted within us, so that the life of the Torah, you shall see your world in your lifetime. The life of the Torah will be within us. We will live the Holy Torah. We will live the Holy Torah. No one knows where each person will end up in life, where he will be. This is your time to strengthen the root in your life, to know the root in your life, to reach greatness in Torah, to reach greatness in Torah, greatness in Torah and fear of heaven, to reach the highest places, the very highest places, to attain the loftiest achievements. This is your strength to reach the greatest achievements. This is the strength that each and every one has. It begins. The giving of the Torah is a time, a tremendous time, a time of distinction. The Gemara says every time at the time it comes out. Lag BaOmer, we just had Lag BaOmer, something changed. The time when Lag BaOmer comes out is a time when Purim comes out. The Gemara says that the sign is that it falls on Lag Chai. What is Lag Chai? Lag is like Purim, Lag is Lag BaOmer, Chai is Chai in Iyar. That's the time when Purim falls. That's the time when Purim falls, Lag Chai. Purim falls on the same day as Lag BaOmer, the very same day. Chai is the 18th of Iyar, and whoever connects it, it is something tangible. The 7th of Adar falls on the same day as Purim and the same day as Lag BaOmer, and already in Elul is the yahrzeit of Rabbi Pinto. It comes out every year like the 7th of Adar, like Purim, like Lag BaOmer. Already in Elul is the yahrzeit of Rabbi Pinto, of Rabbi Pinto the Great. He was always connected to the Holy Zohar, deeply attached to the Holy Zohar, with the strongest bond. It's the same thing. So one needs to practice and say what? About the special matter that the Holy Zohar, about its special aspect, and to look at things clearly. The Gemara says, why is Purim called Purim? This is something that requires explanation about Purim, that the entire essence of Purim is like Yom Kippur. It just needs to be that they gather together. That's gathering. They drink wine, until one does not know the difference between cursed is Haman and blessed is Mordecai. Yom Kippur is the day of the world's creation and the day of judgment. On this day, the Almighty judges the whole earth, decreeing who will live. So, how is it possible to connect Purim to Yom Kippur? So it can be explained in a big way. When was the Torah given? On the holiday of Shavuot. But what happened with the first tablets? They are buried. They no longer exist. Fragments of the tablets are in the ark. The first tablets are gone. When did we receive the second tablets? On Yom Kippur, for on this day he will atone for you, to purify you from all your sins. Before the Lord you shall be purified. On Yom Kippur, we received the second tablets, which are the tablets that remained with us. So if so, what happened on Yom Kippur? We received the Torah. This is the Torah that we received. On the 7th of Adar we received the Torah, and who broke it? The Torah, the tablets of the covenant that remained, we received them on Yom Kippur. So the Holy Torah was given on Yom Kippur, the Holy Torah, we received it on Yom Kippur. And what happened at Purim? The children of Israel received only the written Torah. And as it is written in the Holy Torah, that the children of Israel said, "We will do the Torah now, we will hear later." It was necessary to force the mountain over them like a barrel in order for them to accept the oral Torah. When did they receive the oral Torah? On Purim. Exactly as your days are, on Purim they received it. So Purim is a time of the giving of the oral Torah. Like what? Like Yom Kippur? Yom Kippur and Purim are the same, as is Lag BaOmer, the Torah of secrets. Its greatest power is that in every generation, the Almighty lets us innovate and elevate the Torah, bringing forth new insights to conclude with the blossoming of the mind.